Well, good evening. Hey, everybody. It is 5 o'clock on Sunday evening. We got our live at 5. I got to get me a song. I used to have my song that said the 2 o'clock live. That doesn't work as good with the 5 at 5. I could do live at 5. That's not, I don't like that as much yet. Got to give myself a minute before I can get me a song live at 5. Hmm. We're here for another episode of Live at 5. Hey, y'all. Come on in and let's see what we're going to do this evening. I'm trying to let Thinkorswim open up. Ooh, it was taking a long time. There we go. I hope that's not an indication of what is to come because I don't want the computer to go so slow today that I'm waiting and waiting, still waiting. I don't want to still be waiting for the computer to do its thing. And it takes its time because we got stuff we need to cover today. Oh my, we have a full agenda today. Full agenda. I'm giving it some time for YouTube to tell everybody we're here, for Facebook to tell everybody we're here. Go and tell the people. You got to get everybody told. So if you're on here and you want to tell people about what's going on, please pass the word to the people. We're going to talk about what happened last week in the market. We're going to talk about this coming week. We're going to talk about meetings and earnings. Lots of earnings this week. So we got lots of earnings coming this week. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about our trade ideas. We always do that. Talk about how some of that went last week. And then we're going to talk about an update I have from PEAKBOT. We got a PEAKBOT update, and oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm going to save it till last, but I am super excited about it. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm super excited. Okay, I'm going to clear all my drawings because this is a lot of stuff on this chart, and it'll make me confused. It'll make me confused. Woohoo. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Hope we're having a good weekend. I spent the weekend. I did a church function for Friday evening and all day, well, most of the day on Saturday. That was really, really phenomenal. I was very moved and pleased that I signed up to go do that. It was really good. And then today I've just been, kind of chilling around the house, putting our stuff together for the week and getting us ready, putting the trade ideas together, putting that out into the social media world. I need to start putting those on YouTube. I need to do that too, so I can make sure that I put those. I'll make sure I do it. Gotta make myself a note. Make yourself a note, because when I finish doing this call, sometimes I hop up because I'm like, ooh, ready to go. Put trade ideas on YouTube. Okay, I put that on my notes so I don't forget what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Hey everybody. Hey. Good evening. Hey Tanya. Hey Tanya. I need to go see. Did we get an email? Maybe Tanya, you can look to see. Did we get an email for our PEAKBOT picks? The PEAKBOT picks. Like, what's our leaderboard looking like? Hey, Janae, what's our leaderboard looking like on PEAKBOT picks? I'm thinking a few people, probably not just us, had a few issues last week because there was a lot of downwards movement last week. So it might have been some people, not just in our community, but in some other communities that were also losing some points last week. But maybe check it. Usually it comes in your email, a PEAKBOT email. They'll give you an updated, it'll give you like an updated link. We may be able to go to the same link we went to last week and see if we see there. Let me see a PEAKBOT. See if we got a PEAKBOT. What do we have? Like leaderboard. I'm putting the word leader. See if a message pops up. Oh yeah, I got one. Let me see the leaderboard. Oh, I'm going too far. Use peakbot.com/picks. We can see who's on the leaderboard. So these are names I don't recognize. JG, is that you, Janae? If you're JG, you in 6th place. Yeah, Tanya, you're in 10th place, looks like. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Yeah. Mr. E. I'm not sure Mr. E is, but looks like JG is in 6th place and Tanya's in 10th place. Y'all better go on. Who is Techie Trader? Are you in the PEAKBOT picks too, Jamie? Did you do PEAKBOT picks? If you're just waving, hey. Yeah, Janae says she in 6th place this week. Ain't gonna do me. Let me take this. I'm gonna forward it down to the bottom of the chat so that everybody can see where they are. Forward to, there we go. Everybody can see where they are in there. Look at y'all. Good job, Janae and Tanya. Y'all still holding on. That's me and my XOM and Google. Yeah, those are good steady stocks. Good steady stocks. Okay, let me share my screen so we can start up with what we got on our call. We got a good little set of things to look at this week. Okay, so on my screen, you should be able to see SPX from last week. Let me put myself on YouTube so I can make sure I can see what you see. I can see what you see. I want to make sure I see. And I can see any comments that are coming through if there are comments. Okay, looks like we're there. Okay, so SPX, this is the weekly chart. Notice here we're on the weekly chart. So this is all the weeks. 2 weeks ago, 4-1, we had red. Last week, 4-8, week before last week, 4-8, week before last. And then this past week, ooh, this last week, we went from a high of 51.68 down to the low of 49.53. And there's not a whole lot of wick down here. There's not a whole lot of wick down here for the week, which means there wasn't a whole lot of pressure this way, right? So, and then the buyers and sellers kind of decided at the same spot to go ahead and close around the same place. The bottom went down a little bit of seller action underneath there, but not a whole lot. The buyers hadn't stepped back in quite yet. They haven't started stepping. When this wick gets longer, like some of these, that lets you know there's some buyers. Those sellers may be pushing down, but the buyers are pushing up. We don't see that just yet over here. We have come into this 20-period moving average, which is the middle or the median point of the Bollinger Bands. We are at that point. And many times this can operate as a support areas or resistance, depending on what side you're on. It did come right down to that and pause. Notice how these candles are kind of hanging along the top and then they come on back to the center. They may come to the center and go up some more. Sometimes they come to the center and drift on down to the bottom. That was last week's price action, was this big red candle. Let's go for it. Look at the daily candles for last week. And we do know it was red all the days. We do see that. So 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So that means the previous Friday and all of last week, we had red days day, as they say. We had it every single day. We had red candles. And now you see these candles are dancing along the bottom of the Bollinger Band, which can show that it's going to try to bounce off of the bottom at some point, because it will ride it for a while and then, going on up, because the price action stays between the bands generally. Okay, I see some hellos. All right, Tanya, good job. Adrian, hey, Adrian. Jamie said he didn't do PEAKBOT. Congrats to JG and LT. Gotta get my people straight. Okay, so that's what happened last week in the market on SPX, right? SPY should have looked about the same. Some folks have been saying, we've been waiting on this pullback for a while, and it finally came. And this is where we are. Of course, the SPY chart should look a little bit like, it's going to look a little bit like, it's going to look, I want to go triple Q. Going to look a little bit like the SPX, because they are based on the same stuff. This looks almost like this is the RUT chart, the Russell 2000, and it looks a whole lot like SPX, except they did have a day where, sorry, this is triple Q, where there was a break back on the 16th. There was, which was Tuesday, I believe. There was a little bit of a pause. A doji candle was formed last Tuesday. That's what happened in triple Q, in the NASDAQ. And then if we're looking here at RUT, this is a Russell 2000. It had similar things. Friday, though, the RUT had an up day. RUT had an up day. 1947 is where it currently is. We had a break on Tuesday. It went up a couple days and then, went down a couple days and then went up on Friday. Right? We have some people in our community who trade the RUT. They trade it every day because it's got daily expirations and it's a cash settled. So some people trade it every day. That way they can, set up their iron condors or their credit spreads and go ahead and capitalize off their premiums each day. Yeah, every day. That's not the way you say it, I know, but we'll take it. Right. So that was last week. Let's look at our, I'm going to switch over to, no. Come on, Cletus. I'll stay up here from now on, so I won't have to worry about that anymore. Pew. Oh, I bet I hit the wrong button. It's going to pick up something else. Nope, don't do that. All righty. Can we see the big old? Nope, that's not the version we want to get bigger. We want this one to get bigger. Meetings coming this week. Monday, we got nothing at this point. Monday's looking free and clear. Then we've got Tuesday, flash manufacturing PMI, flash services PMI. Those are red folders. Right? 9:45 in the morning on Tuesday. 10 o'clock, we've got new home sales and Richmond Manufacturing Index, core durable goods and durable goods orders. Oh, sorry, that's on Wednesday. I'm jumped from another to a whole another day. Tuesday, we've got some red folders and 2 orange folders at 9:45 and 10 o'clock. Monday, nothing. Tuesday, a couple things in the morning. Wednesday, we got core durable goods and crude oil inventories. I really need to start making this orange, but we'll take it at this point. Just know that crude oil inventories does matter, especially in the midst of the wars and rumors of wars we're dealing with over the Middle East. That's basically where the oil, and anytime all that stuff gets, anyway, y'all get my point. It should be orange. That's 8:30 and 10:30. So Wednesday, 10:30, you should keep that in mind. On Thursday, you've got GDP. First thing in the morning, 8:30, unemployment claims. First thing in the morning, advanced GDP price index, goods trade balance, and preliminary wholesale inventories. That's all at 8:30 before the market opens. 10 o'clock, we've got pending home sales. That's a red folder because, listen, home sales is a huge indicator of what's going on with our economy. And 10:30 in the morning, we got natural gas storage. That's all Thursday. Friday, we got core PCE price index, personal income, personal spending, month over month. It's probably about time for those to turn orange too, but we'll leave them as yellows because somebody else is deciding the color. Maybe there's a threshold that makes it bump from yellow to orange. At 10 o'clock, we've got University of Michigan consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. That's what's coming up this week. Okay, that's what's coming up this week. Then now we're going to have to look at earnings. Whew. We got a whole bunch of earnings. Jamie said, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. I agree. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Thumbs up for sure to make sure that that YouTube will push this to more people. If you're showing that you got a thumb up, then the YouTube will go, oh, people like what they're watching. People like what they're watching. Okay, I got to turn this off so I can see the different things that are on this page. Okay, so Monday morning before the market opens, we've got Verizon and AZZ. Jamie, you brought that up in the chat. Do you want to tell us what is AZZ and why we care? Why are we into AZZ? Albertsons, Truist is one of those credit unions, I believe, that keep showing up in the TikToks. Zions, which is a bank of Hawaii. Anybody been to Hawaii on the call? I've not been yet. I'll put yet on the back of that. I've not been to Hawaii yet. I think I want to go. I'm not sure. I've got some places I want to go before Hawaii, so it's not the highest on my list. Nope. Sci-Fi or Sci-Fi is here. I don't know what that is underneath them. That's a bank I can't read. HBT Financial. And I also need to go turn this off so I can see the bottom line. Because right now I cannot see the bottom line. We'll hide that. And we'll see Caspi KZ. Don't know who they are either. All right. Monday after market closes, we've got Cleveland Cliffs. I'm from Cleveland. Y'all know that? Nucor, SAP, SAP, Cadence, AGNC, Globe Life, Ameriprise, MedPace, PCA, and Alexandria. That's all Monday after market closes. Tuesday, General Motors, UPS, Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin is one to watch because of where they're positioning in for, they're part of our, well, I guess, earnings talk about the previous quarter, not necessarily what's happening right now, but Lockheed Martin plays a big role in how we protect our country. There we go. We'll go with it that. General Electric, PepsiCo, Spotify is there. FCX, RTX, JetBlue, and Halliburton. Those are all Tuesday morning before the market opens. Tesla has earnings Tuesday after close. Now, Tesla is one that has been on the struggle bus. They just have thing after thing after thing. So I don't know what that means for their earnings, but they definitely are one to watch. Visa is there. Enphase, Texas Instruments is there. STLD, I think that's still somebody. Chubb, Seagate, Baker Hughes, Weatherford, and EQT. On Wednesday, before market opens, Boeing. Boeing is with them airplanes. Jamie was talking about them on, I think it was Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday. Like, we only have one plane, have a problem. What's the deal? Anyway, Boeing, they got their set of issues as well. So their earnings is Wednesday morning. AT&T, Vertiv, Humana, General Dynamics, Old Dominion. I believe OD is Old Dominion, right? Boston Scientific, the Hilton, Amphenol, and MI Homes. Wednesday after close, we've got Meta starting to get into the big boys. Meta is Wednesday after close. IBM, Ford, Chipotle. I think didn't Chipotle say they're going to split? They said they're going to split, right? I think but you got to have the shares by the end of this month in order for them to split or something like that. So, not telling anybody what they should do, but just saying they're going to split. Chipotle, definitely the stock price is not reachable for most people. So if they split it, they might get a little more trading activity. ServiceNow is here. Viking, Lamb, Celestica, Valley, which I believe is oil, and Align is Wednesday after close. Thursday, before market opens, we've got OSI Systems, Royal Caribbean, American Airlines, Altria, Newmont, Caterpillar, Southwest, Bristol Myers, AstraZeneca, and Mobileye. Thursday after close, Microsoft, Alphabet, Intel. Let's hope Intel does INTC. Let's hope they come on. Snapchat, Roku, Western Digital, Dexcom, T-Mobile, Gilead, and Skechers. Friday before the open, we've got ExxonMobil. So if you're trading XOM, you want to keep that in mind for this week. Either make sure that you get in on your Exxon trade and you close it before market, before Thursday, close it by Thursday. Or I won't say wait till after, but you could wait till after. If you're going to trade something that's in the week for earnings, you need to close up before earnings, or you need to wait and open it after earnings. As far as Exxon goes, you probably should wait. You probably should open it and then close it before Friday morning, right? Chevron, AbbVie's in the pharmaceutical space. Colgate, Palmolive, HCA Healthcare, Charter, ACM, Autoliv, Centene, and I want to say this is Ball. I don't know what that did. Okay, exit full screen. That was weird. There we go. Get it back together. Get back together. Let's see. Janae said she went to in 2023 to Waikiki. Okay. Okay. Tanya said she needed a sale to afford Chipotle. Well, then you got to wait till they start to BALM. There is a there is a balm in Gilead. There is one. I was thinking about Gilead though. That other girl under his eye with the red little coat things on. That's when I think Gilead. I think that, but there is still a balm in Gilead. There is one. But I was thinking, Tanya, when if you want to get Chipotle stocks, you can wait till it splits and then you can buy partial shares if you want. Well, you can buy partial shares now. I mean, you don't have to wait to buy partial shares. You can buy partial shares whenever you want, as long as you're using like Robinhood, or I want to say Schwab allows, if you're on Schwab, they allow partial shares. And Webull and some of those other guys also let you go with partial shares as well. So those are all the earnings for this week. Now, I'll very, comfortably say that there, as a seller, finding trades that are going to go with earnings can be a little difficult, because the volatility that happens, or the big jumps that happen with earnings, don't necessarily lend themselves very well to our earnings, to sellers strategies, not as well. You can do some things, but it's almost like not worth it, because we can do theta decay, and theta decay is our friend. We really can wait till after earnings are presented or are told to everybody, and then we can enter trade after that. I mean, let's say, for example, Exxon. If you want to do Exxon, you literally could wait till Exxon reports earnings Friday morning, see what happens during the day, and then hop onto a trade the same day. You definitely don't need to get in on it unless you just really want to. Okay, you want to get in on Monday and then get out maybe Wednesday or Thursday, then that's strategy we can do. To hold it through earnings, not wise, because you can have a really good trade that can go south just because you hold on to it and it makes a jump going one way or the other, and before you know it, your green trade is no longer green. Okay. This week, I did something a little bit different. Well, different than what we've done the previous 2 or 3 weeks, but I did add something this week that we hadn't had before, and that is the iron condor part. Ooh, 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 ooh. We got iron condors on our trade ideas page now. We didn't have that before. Come on, screen. This screen doesn't want to move. Anyway, yeah, we've got, I used the PEAKBOT watch list. I'm going to go to that here in a minute. I used the PEAKBOT watch list, and I looked at the bullish, the neutral, and the bearish. Yes. I determined the strikes. I didn't get the strikes. They don't, PEAKBOT puts them on there, but those strikes are based on the 30 delta, and those strikes are determined for them in real time. So I don't want to use the strikes that are that were put on the watch list maybe on Friday or whatever, and then come Monday morning the stock does something different over the weekend or whatever, and then come Monday morning the strikes are different. So what I do every week, not just this week, what I do every week is I go and look at the chart. I do the different steps, our probability out of the money, the plus minus number, support and resistance. I go do all the things, right? I go do all the things, and then I come up with the strike price that I think would be a good place to trade. So now that means I'm also looking at it when the market is closed. So that means on Monday morning when market opens, you do need to take another look to make sure that you agree with the stocks, with the strike that has been selected. Don't take these strikes blindly. Most of them are still going to be good and they will be fine. But I want you to look for yourself to make sure, right? One of the things that I am definitely seeking to do, one of my objectives, is to teach a woman and teach a man to fish, right? I'm teaching people to fish. I'm not just handing out fish, because Jesus knows how to multiply 2 fish and 5 loaves. Arlissa does not. So handing out fish, we're gonna be short if all we're doing is handing out fish for me. So what I'm doing or attempting to do definitely is to teach us how to find our fish. I do give a few places to look. This paper here, this graphic has 10, 19, 24. There's 24 trade ideas on this chart. That's 24 fish. Decide which fish or fishes you want, and then make them pay. Use these as your fish employees. All right. So anyway, if you're not sure about credit spreads, about how credit spreads work, or what what credit spreads, how do you do them, definitely check the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, to see the credit spreads videos. Of course, you also can go to educatortotrader.com, and you can also go look at the vertical credit spreads training that's going to give you put credit spreads, call credit spreads, and iron condors. All right. I want us to look at here. I'm going to go, let me go here first, and then I'm going to swing back because I want us to look at some of these. I want us to look at some of those on the list, right? If you're looking for credit spreads, if you don't know anything about options, of course, and you got credit spreads, and you might want to learn debit spreads, because debit spreads is a buying strategy. But if sometimes the amount of the movement would lend itself better to a one-way trade with a little bit more momentum, those are debit spreads. And credit spreads are going to be on the seller side. But if you're interested in utilizing these two strategies, you can get the bundle over at Educator to Trader and see that training on both sides. All right. Here we go. Let's see. What are we looking at on this chart? Let's get some stocks we want to look at off this list. Which ones do we have on this list that we are interested in? You see at the top, we've got put credit spreads. In the middle, we've got call credit spreads. In the middle of it. And then at the bottom, we've got iron condors. Iron condors is put credit spread and call credit spreads utilized together. That way you can get double the premiums, or I'm going to use the word double. You can take in more premiums using the same collateral. So it's not always double. It could be. It's not always double, but you get more premiums and you're using the same collateral. Got to turn on the fan, getting a little warm. Okay, did we put any stock in the comments? I'll find my own. I see Exxon and Cisco. Jamie put those two up. Cisco doesn't have earnings this week. Did I mention Cisco for earnings, Jamie? I don't think I did. I think I just saw it on the list here. What else do I like on this list? I have Oxy as my PEAKBOT trade for the week. I got Oxy and XOM as my PEAKBOT trade. I don't think I looked at the fact that Exxon has earnings this Friday. I was letting my plan was to let, I'm still going to do it, let the PEAKBOT bot do the management of the entire trade. A lot of times when I do the PEAKBOT bot, if it's profitable where I want it to be, I'll close it. But that's not letting the bot do its backside. So I'll do that this week. Anything else? Let's see. Call credit spreads. None of those is catching y'all's fancy. I think I wanted to look at Verizon too. There was one more. I'm trying to remember what it was. Morgan Stanley is there. I don't know if the banks really do pretty good. UAL did good last week. Yeah, we've got a few airlines coming. I think we had some airlines on the list. Let's go and look at what we got. Let me change my screen share though. Move this up here. Come on. Have to be mindful of sharing my screen, so that y'all aren't wondering, like, what is you doing? I can't see your screen. You just talking. Disney. Okay. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 of them now. Okay, so we'll start with XOM. I'm charting on Thinkorswim. I usually chart on TradingView. I decided it was easy for me to look at Thinkorswim because I can also see other things. When I chart it from here, I can see that probability out of the money and stuff like that. I can't see all that when I'm on TradingView, but I do enjoy charting on TradingView. Okay, so this is our daily chart. Let's look at the weekly first. I think in one of these weeks, we're going to do us a little chart party. Jamie does a really good job in the mornings of doing a lot of charting. During the week, I don't generally have time for that, but I'm going to. This is my last week of teaching for the semester, and then I get some time off. I get a little bit of time off, even though soon after this, my daughter is probably going to maybe having surgery, so that may take some time away, but I'm believing God for that she's going to make it where she don't need no surgery. Okay, so the call credit spread, we're looking at the top of the zone is at 123.73 if we were just really wanting to see the top of that. But at this point, the price went up to 121.43 and pulled back. This long wick here on this last weekly candle, though, is an indication that it may still want to go up further. Like this is what could fall. This could fall into the category of being a hammer. Right, so this long wick could be like almost like a rocket, so it could push it up even higher. So you want to keep that in mind. Exxon, I think, is on the call credit spread list, though. I think Exxon is on the call credit spread list. But let's watch and see what we see. Nope, don't do that. I don't want you to do that. Okay. It's on the way that PEAKBOT determines whether something is bearish or bullish is they look at the 67 EMA, 67-day EMA is what PEAKBOT uses to determine whether something is bearish or bullish. All right. That's where, and I took that information and went from there. If I look though, I would also say from a weekly standpoint, I could see that there's some support right over based on these candles back in September. There's some support at 117, which notice this is right where this wick came in and did its thing. Could this go up some more? It absolutely could, right? Oil is decided it's had some run. It did pull back this last couple of weeks, but that doesn't mean that will continue. So again, we always, as I always say, you all, I want you to trade what you see. I want you to trade what you see, not what we hope. Trade what you see. And what we can do if you're doing a call credit spread, you can look and see, is that resistance really holding? Is resistance really holding? And if so, then you make your move from there. Right. I'm on the daily chart now. And if we look on the daily chart, we do see where this is the day that that wick went up a little higher, 122.98. Right. Then it pulled back right to some support. I probably would put a support on the daily chart. I would put in this area here, 118.54. So it'd be our setup here. And it's got a green day. So if I was looking here, call credit spread, put credit spread, I'm going to go over to the option chain. Look at the 26th. Come on, Thinkorswim. You can keep up. Okay, if I was looking at the put credit spread side, 117, 116 or 117, what did I say? 119 was the support. 118.54 was what I had as support in the chart, down as far as 117.60. So if you went to 117 is a 73%. If you wanted to get a little more comfortability, not a word, you could do 116. So 116 or 117. And then if you're looking on the call credit spread side, you could go up to 123, which is what we showed on the chart. Okay, so I'm going to write a little quick note here. Okay, give me a place to write a note. There we go. Call credit spread. Again, and before I get too deep into this, at 123, at or above 123. Remember, I'm not giving financial advice. This is just me telling you what I see. We're just hanging out together. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't take any responsibility for any of that. So, you know, everybody trades at their own risk. You will take some losses. I always, of course, we feel bad when that happens at or below, but I'm not responsible. 117, okay? I actually like 118, but you know, I would put 118 on here. It depends on your level of actually 117 was better. It kind of depends on your level of aggression. How aggressive are you? Put credit spread. So I put that there. Call credit spread at or above 123 and a put credit spread at or below 117. At or below. Let's see what kind of money. You can't really see. Of course, the market is closed right now. So these dollar bills, it's going to be a little off when the market opens, but not a whole lot. The 116, 117 is paying $21 right now. That's the put credit spread. So that's a 20% return on your money. And if you went to 123, that one's also paying $20, $21. So 21% return on your money. That's not bad. You put $100 out there and you get $21 back immediately. You know, you keep your money depending on how the trade goes. I could see Exxon being, I could see it being in between both sides. So, you know, what again, I told you that wick kind of would make me think it wanted to go up some more. Doesn't mean it will go up past this 123.75 because this 123 is, this candle is a pretty big one. So, let me see the range on this candle. Where are you? 4 points. This is a 4-point candle. It's a pretty good rejection that came off of there. So that's Exxon. Got some options there if Exxon is of interest to you. If it's interesting to you. Okay. Looking at the weekly chart of Cisco. Cisco. This is the weekly chart. Let's see if I can use some of these for current times. I haven't charted Cisco in a long time. I will probably go with there for the support. I don't know where my line went. Come back here, cancel. It's probably easier just to put on new lines than it is to try to get these to move. There we go. 47.93. Was Cisco on the support or resistance side? I mean, on the put credit spread or call credit spread side. Let me see. Cisco is on the call credit spread side as well. Okay, call credit spread. If we're looking at Cisco call credit spread, I probably would go with $50. This is a good resistance place. $50 here. It's got a couple touches even back further in February and then early April. $50 would be our weekly place, our weekly resistance. Let's go to daily. Remember, we're always looking for peaks and valleys. We're looking for peaks and valleys. Jamie says Exxon moving averages are all supporting right now. Okay. Yep. And supporting means it's probably got more upwards room. If it's supporting, we probably got a little more upwards room. You want to keep that in mind. We're looking at all the pieces and the parts when we're putting it together. Okay. I looked at some peaks and valleys. Let me go ahead and make it bigger so we can all see. You can see what I see. That way you can see what I see. Okay. We're at the bottom of that Bollinger Band. It has bopped off of there. The bottom of this candle is 47.8. If we're looking at a call credit spread, it is below there. And we do have a little bit of downtrending. It's not strong, but I could go with that. Honestly, and this is another one where I probably could go both ways. Remember, PEAKBOT got the call credit spread or the bearishness from a 67 period moving average, right? Doesn't mean that during some of the times it won't pop during the middles, right? So probability out of the money puts us at 47.5 on the bottom. 47.5, I could go with that because this bottom here, 47.8, I could definitely go with 47.5 as a support area. And we've got 49 or 49.5. Now I think we said 50 was our top place. I probably could find something in here if I spend a little time looking. Let's see here. I spy with my little eye back here in March. Resistance in back here is 48.88. I could probably go with that one. If I was looking in the middle here, this went down. It kind of jumped up and went down again. So you could see this also as resistance at 49.09. So 48.49 would be probably a good place also. 49 has a probability of money at 771. So yeah, you can go at 49 or 49.5. 49 or 49.5. So let's see what we got here. I want to put it on the chart. What do we say? 47.5 and 49 or 49.5. Okay, I would do call credit spread at above 49.5. And we do a put credit spread at or below, what did I say, 47.5? Yeah. My thoughts. Of course, you want to confirm those when it comes time on Monday morning, Monday, Tuesday, whichever day you decide you're entering, Wednesday. All those days are good. You don't have to enter call credit spreads or put credit spreads on Monday. You can enter on Tuesday or Wednesday. The whole point is that you want theta decay working for you. Yes. And you want to get reasonable premiums. That's the balance. That's kind of the dance. How early do we want to get in and make sure we get the premiums we want? But we want to keep ourselves safe for the whole week. That's the dance. All right. That was my dance. Y'all like my dance? Good. Hey, Ward, how are you? Hey there. So that's what I see for Cisco. Now let's go to UAL. The United Airlines. I sure hope the airlines are not going to be penalized for Boeing's issues. Don't want the airlines to get penalized for Boeing's issues. I'm going to clear these lines off so that way I don't get distracted. Okay, let's look at the weekly chart first. I didn't even turn on. I'm just looking straight at support resistance. A little bit of trending. I'm not really, the Bollinger Bands are there, but not really looking at moving averages. There's so much more that can be done as far as charting goes. And listen, I'll go throw this out there real good. That real quick. That start with the chart. Start with the chart is a good way to to get you a free chart reading webinar. Let's go with that. How to read stock charts. It's a free webinar. You can go and check that out at startwiththechart.com. Okay. This is the weekly chart for UAL, United Airlines. We've got support down here at $38. Got support at 41.70. Look at this big old monster candle that came off last week. This was last week's candle. Ooh, did UAL have earnings last week? Usually, I'm sure the airlines are in agreement. I bet they are too. Please don't make us pay for somebody else's mistakes. Don't make us pay. Okay, I see resistance at 57.15. If I turn this to, this is probably a, nope, that's probably a, yep, right in here. Right where we are, there's a little bit of slowish, downish, some little bit of stalling in here. Anytime you can't see the support and resistance areas, you can change to a line chart, and then you can see wherever price or peaks and valleys, or whether there's rest places. That's going to give you places of support and resistance. Okay. So I've got resistance at 52.35, which is basically where this bumped right into. Support at 38.77. So it's been consolidating for a bit. If you want to go down even further, you can go down to 33 and some change, but it's been consolidating inside of this between 38.77 and this 52 area for a good little minute. It bounced out, but it came right back in. All right. So keeping that in mind, is UAL on the call side or the put side? Is it on here at all? Oh, it's at the bottom. Oh, UAL is an iron condor opportunity. Opportunity. Let's see what I put on here. I put, come on. I put 48.49 on the put credit spread and 53.54 on the call credit spread. 48.49. Is this UAL? What? 48.49. Oh, I must have went on up into here because the price is so high up. I was like, oh, I'm on the weekly chart. That's why I was like, well, what made me go so far away? I'm on the weekly chart. When I switch to daily, I'm going to be able to see clearer. On the weekly chart, though, you can see how the consolidation may be easier to see there than when we go to the daily. This is our daily chart. Got some gaps. Got some gaps to contend with. All right, we've got a gap between, what was this, Tuesday and Wednesday? We had a gap up. We've got another gap here between Wednesday and Thursday. Got a gap there too. Those are going to ask to be filled. Fill me up, God. Yep, they're going to say, fill me up, United. Okay. Okay, you can go away. Thank you. Cool. Okay, so now this is where I got that 47.8. I was like, well, I'm not losing my mind, and I do know how to chart. The gaps are going to provide some support. So in case it comes back down into this area, but at this point, we've got some stuff happening way up here. Now, this upside down hammer, anybody on here want to talk about this upside down hammer? I think it's called, what do they call this upside down hammer besides inverted hammer? Of course, you can call it that. UAL earnings was 416. Yep, that was right back here where they popped up, did their earnings. This inverted hammer, anybody got any insight into what an inverted hammer may signify? Got a lot of buyers that went up high, but the sellers pushed them back down like, not up, get up out of here. You said Tuesday. Anybody got an idea on what the inverted hammer signifies for my charters and my candle people? Candle people. I'm going to put another line here. Pin bar. It is called a pin bar. What does it usually signify? A reversal. Hey, Miss Deborah. Hey, girlie. How you doing, girlfriend? Yep, it can signify a reversal, right? So keep that in mind. So we're looking at United Airlines. Price is up here. That may be why it's on the Iron Condor list. I would probably go up to the top of this candle if I was looking for a zone above here, which the top of this, the high is 53.1. I would probably go with 53, above 53 and below. Yep, look, looky there. I did that. 53 and 48.49. In between these two zones, that 48.49 might be a little more scary. Yep. So let's go look and see what kind of money we're talking about. UAL 48.49. That's a 78% probability out of the money. So we'll look at that 49. And then above we said what 53. 53 is 72% probability out of the money. So let's see what kind of money can we pull in on a 50-cent spread. Well, it's going to have to be a dollar spread because the upper number is a 1 spread. So you might as well get either 2 of these or expand the put credit spread numbers. You can expand it to make it a 1 spread, or you can do two contracts. All right. So 53.54 at this point is going to pay. Now today the market's closed. It's paying $24. 53.54 paying $24. That's 24% return. And if you want to go to 48.549, that is paying $8. But what we can do here, because it's a 1 spread on the call side and it's a 50-cent spread on the put side, you can either do 2 of these. You can change this to a 2. Then you would collect 2 twice, which would be $16 for your 100. Or you can You can take this and turn this into $48.49. Turn it into a one spread, and then it collects $15. All righty. This is what I want you to understand here, that you can do, let me get I'm going to get another screen so that way we can see what I'm talking about, because I don't want anybody wondering what in the world is you talking about. Here we go. Let me bring this to the other screen. Okay. For an iron condor, I'll make it bigger so we can all see. Here we go. We'll make it bigger so everybody can see. Let's make it bold and make the letters as big as we can make them, or bigger at least. Okay. Oh, that's still ain't as big as I want it. There we go. Iron condor, which is a put credit spread and call credit spread. With same expiration. Okay, you don't have to enter them at exactly the same time. You can enter them, you know, I'm going to enter them separately. You can enter them separately. You're going to do a put credit spread whenever is appropriate and a call credit spread whenever is appropriate. You don't have to enter them as an iron condor. Actually, I suggest that you don't enter them as an iron condor, because that doesn't give you the best premiums. Okay, when you enter them separately, you're going to be able to really get better premiums. Come on, I want you to get bigger. So that way, is it getting any bigger? There we go. That way you can maximize the amount of money. Okay, so when you do these, when you do them both, you collect premiums on both sides of the trade. Collect premiums on both sides of the trade, but you only use one set of collateral. So for example, we were talking with this trade, if the call credit spread is a one spread, I'm in teaching mode now, boy. If a one spread, then you use $100 of collateral. Okay, that's on that one side. You're going to use $100 of collateral. When you enter I'm typing faster than the computer is keeping up. When you enter the other side, the broker doesn't require any more collateral. As long as, I'm going to fix all the typing, as long as the spreads are equal. Okay, this is broker, not broger. As long as, okay. So if you did, what did we say, 38? I don't know if we said, no, we said 53. If you do 53, 54 is a one spread. So $100 collateral. And then if we did 48, 49 is no more collateral. Okay, that's no more collateral. Anybody understand? Everybody understands what I'm saying? Everybody understand what I'm saying? So your $100 collected, if we came with it, collected the $20, $24 in premiums or whatever it was. right? And then when we change that other one to a 1 spread, we also collected $15 premiums, right? So $35, $36 collected in premiums using $100 of collateral. This is 36% return on collateral. So 36% return on your money for a week. Now, of course, again, the prices are going to shift a little bit because the market is closed right now. Right? Market is closed right now. So it may be a little different come Monday morning. But I want you to understand the concept. And the concept is that you're using one set of collateral, but you're collecting money on two sides of the trade. That's how iron condors work. Okay, and if you got questions about iron condors, please put them in the chat so that way I can see. Words is getting clearer for me, but I'll have to view this, the other videos over again. Yep, you definitely need to. Iron condors is a good way, but iron condors usually are used during consolidation or used when like one side has done its thing and then it has hit a resistance area, whatever, and then it stalls for the last day. Otherwise, they're going to stay in the middle. That's why I say you should enter them separately. Put credit spreads and call credit spreads with the same expiration. You want to enter them separately. When you do them both, you collect premiums on both sides of the trade, but you only use one set of collateral. All righty. That's what's going on with that. All right. Cooley High. That was UAL. It's on our list. That was UAL. Let me see what I had next. Exxon, UAL, call credit spread, Walgreens Boots. Let's go to the chart. You say call credit spread on Walgreens Boots? It's going to come to a stop down here at the bottom. It might offer a put credit spread opportunity but it's been on a downwards trend for a minute. Don't know if it just got a little pop. This is pretty good pop. They had earnings last week, didn't they? Yeah, I think they had earnings last week, which may be why they had this big move. Was this earning way back here? I didn't think it was that long ago. Maybe they didn't. What made them have a big jump like this? Call credit spread, I will put up above this gap here if you wanted to go with $19 here as their resistance. Showing bearish. This is why it was bearish, is bearish on the PEAKBOT watch list, which is why it's got a call credit spread list on it. Let's see what's looking like over here. Walgreens Boots. 19 is the 83% out of the money. This is almost look like it's almost ready for a consolidation trade to a iron condor trade as well. Because these are tight. This is a tight between 19 and 17.5. It's got a 0.6 plus minus number. So if you went down one and up one, you definitely could probably pull in a few little capital. You got 19. If you were at 19, so 50-cent spread, that's only going to pay you $5. That doesn't always lend itself to good to pulling in good premiums. Okay, let's look at Disney. Let's look at Disney. All righty, looking at here at the peaks and valleys. I see some resistance right there and some support down in this area. In the 110 area and support up in the 117 area. There's a little pause that also happened in between this gap at 116 and some change. And there's another little area at 113.76. And current price is really between these two zones. Let's make it bigger so everybody can see. Between 110 and 113, but it's been on a downwards ride as well. If we're looking for a trend line on Disney, it's kind of been trending downwards, coming right into the zone, and then potentially falling down some more. And it's actually been the trend line. It's kind of been a bit of a downwards little tunnel has been kind of going on. Let's go see what's on the call credit spread. We got 115 on the call credit spread side. What do we have here? 113, 115 puts us up here a little bit. That puts you in a little safer area. 115 on the call credit spread side, and 110 on the put credit spread side, which 110 is right at the bottom of this support area. 110 and 115. Let's see if we get us some markings. Call credit spread at above 115. Okay. And then put credit spread at or below 110. I think if I was looking at Disney, I probably would start with the call credit spread so that I could see what it was doing on the down, whether it was, your Friday was a green day. I probably would want to see what kind of green it puts in. Is this a full reverse or just a pull up to the 113 area? So I think I would go with a little bit of watching. Disney's on the put credit spread list. I think this pickup, people are really thinking that Disney's going to pick up and go its way. I see here that it's also got support right back here in March. And that was right where it stopped and hit on Friday and reversed. So got a good little wick here. So the sellers couldn't really push it down. Put credit spread, I would go with 110, give it a little bit of room. And yeah, I would do that. There is another area of support here, but that's down in the 107 area. There's a gap here that hadn't been filled from February 20th. Oh no, this gap did got filled by these people. Yep. So that's a no need. It's already been filled. Eyes are trying to play tricks on me. I won't let it. Okay, I won't let them. I say I won't let them. All righty, there's Disney call credit spread list. And NVIDIA is doing the thing. It has been on a pullback. It's been on a pullback. Could it be just pulling back to gain strength so it can keep on going? Yes. It can. Yes, it can. It definitely can. All right. So I'm going to delete all these lines that are way back from whence they came. See, we've got some resistance up in 905, some more resistance up at 950, and support. This is kind of a weak zone. I wouldn't call that strong. There's a big old gap here, though, that may want to be filled first. I'm going to take us over here so we can see what this is. Okay, this gap is between 680, 55, and 750. So it's about a 70 pound gap That's a big old gap. And NVIDIA seems like it's kind of coming for it. The gap, though, will provide support partway through. You're going to have some lines that are going to be in here. Let's say the 25% mark, and then the 50% mark, and then the 75% mark. Those lines are going to provide support within the gap. And then, of course, the bottom of the gap is going to be support as well. So you're going to want to keep that in mind if you believe you're going to, trade this gap. Yeah, listen, that's a bunch of munties that's in that NVIDIA gap. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. That's a good little bit of change. Yes. A wonderful change. Yeah, you'll get a wonderful change if you can go ahead. If you could stay in it, do the whole ride. That would be the hardest thing to do. From 750 all the way down to 680. Yeah, that's about 70 points. If you had the patience for that ride. I don't know now. Are you leaving, Janae? Is that why you're saying talk to you later? You going somewhere? The top of this gap will also provide some support. 750. All right. Well, let's look at the money, because the money, I'm really sure that NVIDIA is a 5 spread. At this point, it is. When you got way up here, it's a 5 spread. So 70% out of the money is down here at 710. It's a plus minus 56 for the week. So subtract 56 from this, is taking us down to about 700. A little bit, maybe 70. They didn't even know 705. Right down here, it's a 10 spread. So if you're going to go all the way to 700, you need to have $1,000 you're ready to put in on that. But let's see. Wonder what we change this to 690 and 700. $1,000 of collateral, because this is a 10 spread, right? $1,000 of collateral, you're going to collect $117. That is still over 10%, actually about 11.7%. And if you went up one more into 710, you would collect $147 or $150. And that's about 15% of your collateral. If you're looking at the upside, though, looking at plus 56, that puts us at 800, like 810, right? 810 is on this line. 810, that's a 79% probability out of the money. You probably could even get a little closer. 800, nice psychological number. If you wanted to do 800, it's a 5 spread up here. You're going to collect you're going to collect $120. Think if you would do an iron condor on NVIDIA. I don't know if I would, just because of the fact that it moves so hard in one direction. But if you were to do the 120 on one side and the 120, you collect $240. Actually, you're going to get another one, because if you did two of these, to match up with the 10 spread over here, you're going to collect about $360, all for $1,000 of collateral. That's about a 36% return. Not investment advice, just a thought. Just a thought. Okay. Oh, is TTYL what you was asking for? Or you were saying talk to you later? I think you were saying talk to you later, because I'm not sure. Oh, TTYL. I don't think that's a stock you want us to look at. I don't believe that's what you want us to look at. Okay. So we've looked at a bunch of different stocks right now. I'm going to transition us to where we can go talk really quick about what is coming up in the PEAKBOT area. PEAKBOT has some update information. You all know that I am an influencer with PEAKBOT, and I, proudly say I'm an influencer with PEAKBOT. And the reason I can proudly say that is PEAKBOT is the only bot that's checking for us sellers. Nobody's looking out for the sellers. PEAKBOT is doing their thing, right? They're coming up saying, well, we're here for the sellers. Oh, she left quite a while ago. Okay, the TTYL was a good buy. Okay, so PEAKBOT. Up till now, they started off with using Thinkorswim and using that was it really. Thinkorswim hooked to TD Ameritrade. They were connected with TD Ameritrade, and they were connected with Tradier. Tradier was a little known broker. Not too many people knew who they were, including me. But then when TD Ameritrade started shifting over to Schwab, PeakBot started working with Schwab, trying to say, can you give us access to the API so that way we can connect with y'all too? We got a lot of people who are still on Thinkorswim. This was like our main place. And Schwab kept saying, yeah. And then they didn't. So they finally did. Yay! They finally did. So Schwab is going, the Schwab test. Let me go with that. The Schwab testing of the Schwab information is starting tomorrow. They're going to be testing the connection between PeakBot and the API of Schwab starting tomorrow. So that's a positive because almost all of us TD Ameritrade people who have Thinkorswim and love it, me, are moving to Schwab. And actually, I moved to Schwab the first few weeks of May is when I'm going to move over there. But I've had people who wanted to do PeakBot and couldn't because they were on Schwab and Schwab wasn't included. They didn't want to move to Tradier. So Schwab is coming on board. Yes. Tasty Trade is live right now. So those who are on Tasty Trade, Jamie, who really want to continue or want to do PeakBot, they are on Tasty Trade right now. They spent some time with the CEO and working with the guys who are working with them. And they, I wonder if I turn this into I want to turn it into a ticker. Let me edit it and turn it into a ticker. There we go. That way it won't take up as much room. And then Webull is in the pipeline. They're working on Webull, right? The newest bot, which I am so, again, y'all should be able to feel my excitement here, is the Trend Spread bot. The reason I'm loving this bot so much is up until now, they had the wheel, and the wheel bot was only for put credit spreads. But in the environments like the last few weeks, a lot of things have been falling. Like a lot of things have been dropping. So that's not the best environment for a put credit spread. You need to be able to choose whether you want to put credit spread or a call credit spread. Turns out, listen to this, that the bot will utilize the trend data, which they're actually shorting the trend down from 67 EMA to 50. So that way it can be even more closer, a little more closer to make sure that you're getting the proper, whether it's bullish or bearish. Getting more precise and not proper, getting more precise. But this bot, if you pick the stock, let's say we went in and we picked Exxon for this week because we were looking at some stuff, or UAL, something that we said could go either way. The bot is going to use the algorithm to determine whether it should enter a put credit spread or a call credit spread or an iron condor. How about the bot, hands-free, will decide for you what you should do on this stock. You get to pick your own stocks. So you pick your stock. You say, okay, I want to trade XOM. I want to trade Amazon. I want to trade Disney. I want to trade whatever, right? Google, because Google and Amazon are on the list a lot. The bot's going to look at the data and the algorithm and see whether you should do a put credit spread or call credit spread, or whether it should do an iron condor for you. Bruh. Not only that, at the end of the week, if the trade is good, it will just close worthless. No issues there. If the trade is being breached in some fashion, the bot is going to roll it for you the next week. It's going to roll it out for you. So you're never going to have to worry about, am I going to get assigned? No, the bot's going to take care of that. This is totally and truly hands-free. All you have to do is pick the stock, and the bot's going to do the rest. Call credit spread, put credit spread, iron condor, based on what's going on, right? So I got some notes here. Enter the PCS or the CCS based on the trend. If it's breached, it's going to close around 11 a.m. on Friday and immediately open for the following Friday, which is basically rolling is I close one and open the other. Thing is, it's going to close it early enough in the day on Friday to open up again for the following Friday and get you some decent premiums. The plan, of course, is that it will roll, or it will close and open for you a profit. For sure. Iron Condor, another bot that is going to be added. Right now, they have the Iron Condor bot, and it only has SPY and Triple Q. It has SPY and Triple Q in it, and it was 1 DTE. It was entering on Tuesday, closing on Wednesday, entering Thursday, closing on Friday. So they're updating that to where it's going to enter every day for the next day expiration. The bot is entering every day for the next day expiration. And you don't have to worry about getting assigned because it has SPY and Triple Q. They've worked that out to where they're going to close it down and roll it if they need to so that nobody gets assigned, right? 25 delta with the one spread. And SPX is coming soon. Coming soon. And we love this. Why do we love this? Because that's cash settled. That's cash settled. Yes, we love this. Now, what we'll have to be mindful, if you're going to use the daily bot, if you decide you're going to use the daily bot, you now have to have your 25K in there, so that way you don't have to worry about day trades if the bot needs to close your trade because you've gotten breached. That's going to be the thing you'll have to keep in mind if you're going to use SPX as far as this goes. But that trend spread bot is not going to be day to day. It's for the week. So you're not going to have to worry about any pattern day trader stuff happening there. I got the ticker running at the bottom. If you want to join PEAKBOT, again, for hands-free automated trading, yes, and yes again, then you can go over there and do a free 2-week trial. The trend spread bot is going to be ready. I want to say the end of this month or early next month. It's going to be ready. I want to say early May. I think is what Dylan told me was early May. The Iron Condor bot is showing up. It's going to be edited and ready by June. Okay, edited and ready by June. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about the PEAKBOT? Automated trading for sellers, because having bots is not anything new to us. There's a lot of different areas that have bot trading, but this bot trading is for sellers. I'm like if you can let the bot do a lot of the work for you, this is great for people who are working a 9-to-5 job, people who are busy during the day, but they still want to take advantage of the trading, people who are new to the selling strategies, but they know they may be new to the mechanics of it all, of entering for themselves, but they want the bot to do some of this for them. So the great thing is so many different brokers too. If you're with already with Tasty Trades, we already talked about getting in Tasty Trades if you're new. If you have Webull, that's coming on. Schwab, if you're already in Schwab, then that's coming too. Listen, bruh, as the kids say, I'm in. I think this is a tremendous upgrade and update for PEAKBOT. Actually, I'm going to record a video with Dylan next week. It'll be going to our YouTube channel about all the new updates and upgrades. But I wanted to share them with y'all early because y'all my people. I want to share with my people. So if you want to, again, check out, you can do a free 2-week trial with PEAKBOT. If you go over there, make sure you let them know our list sent you. Make sure the educator to trader, that they know that that's who sent you over there, is the educator to trader. All right. Be sure to pass that word on. If you got any questions, comments, or if you want to ask me some more questions, feel free to send me a message or send me an email, and we can talk about whatever questions that you have. Okay. Dylan is in our Telegram group. So if you're a part of our community, Dylan, who is one of the founders and CEOs of, I think he's the founder, not the CEO, one of the founders of PEAKBOT. He's in our Telegram group. So you can always ask questions of him as well. Start with the chart. Free webinar about charting. We spent some time doing charting tonight. And if you want to really get a little deeper into that, check out that free webinar at startwiththechart.com. The E2T membership is open. It is open. We do morning calls every morning. We're on YouTube. Again, if you want to make sure that you catch us, make sure you like and subscribe and put that notification, put your little thumb up and notification bell on so that you will be notified. We also have weekly training. This past week, we spent time learning cash secure puts. And this coming week, we're going to spend time working on covered calls. We're going to do covered calls this week. We do that. We do monthly coaching. Once a month, we do coaching, and just all around great community to hang out with during the day. See if you got, trade ideas, trade thoughts, you got trade questions, you got somebody or somebodies who can help you with your trade questions, right? If you're interested in all of just a bundle of all the seller stuff all at one time, there is an option sellers bundle that we do have. You can find it at educatortotrader.com, and that's the whole bundle, the whole kit and caboodle. Okay, that's the whole kit and caboodle. All righty. Well, you know what? We've spent some good time together. We've been together a little over an hour, almost an hour and a half. I think we've covered all kinds of stuff. We talked about trade ideas. I want to go back to that. Make sure if you're following me anywhere on social media, though, you should be able to see these trade ideas because they're on all my social media platforms. I'm on TikTok. I'm of course on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I don't think I posted it on Instagram. I don't spend a lot of time on Instagram. I don't think I posted them there, but there they are. And they came in the email. So if you are in any of my email groups, you should have gotten it in an email. You should have gotten that also. There's a bunch of free resources running at the bottom of the screen. If you're interested in some of the free resources, feel free to grab hold to some of those. All righty. And I want you all to know that I really appreciate you. I really appreciate that you hang out with me on Sunday afternoons, that you say, well, what is going on with her? What's going on over here with Arlissa? And let's see what we see. All righty. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow morning at 9:25. Jamie leaves our call on Mondays, but I will be there. I'm always there. I come in after I teach. This week is finals where we're getting ready for the finals. So, of course, we'll see how much the students are ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. I will see you all in the morning. And I want to tell you, we're going to stay green and we're going to get this money. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.